Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched last week's video, and a massive thank you again to all those that commented just to make sure I was okay. I am okay, I'm fine. You know, we all have down days and down weeks and down periods, and like I said in many of the replies I put in the comments, 10 minutes after recording or starting to record the video, I actually felt a lot better. And that's the power of being able to do your hobby in the right conditions. If you haven't been able to do it for a while, and being out on the bike in the sunshine is just the best medicine, in my opinion. The absolute best medicine. So we are on our way to Cheddar and Burrington, which is a cracking ride out. We'll grab a coffee, but before we go there, I just wanted to just say a quote to you. I can't call it a quote because that means I have to get all the words absolutely spot on, which unfortunately I rarely do in any situation. But it goes something along the lines like this: the most dangerous place to be on the planet right now is locked in your own mind, because your imagination is the scariest place imaginable. And that's a really good point, because if you are locked in your own mind and you're constantly thinking about things that you can't control, that's where things become scary, because you feel like you're trapped. So if you do need help, make sure you speak to somebody, whether it's friends, family, although I know sometimes that's hard because you don't like to admit weakness and you don't like to put burden on other people that you already know that are under pressure. But there's plenty of charities out there. Really get in touch. You know, these people know what they're doing. I'm sure they'll help. But like I say, I'm all good, but I really do appreciate all the comments and support and messages that I got. But I'm okay. Like I say, it was just a little down period, and I think we all get them. I think we're all under so much pressure now that it's kind of something that we kind of get used to, don't we? So, right, let's pull out here. I've taken a little detour purely because I wasn't thinking straight going up the hill, and I wanted to go up the hill on the bike. So we're having to double back on ourselves on our way to Burrington Combe. So I'm out again on the VTR, which is absolutely splendid and gorgeous and marvellous. And that reminds me, go and watch the All Year Motorcyclist, which is a tremendous channel. So yeah, we're out on the VTR. We are loving the VTR. The last time I took it out was, I think it was at the New Year's Day or the day after New Year's Day with Nick. With him on his new Street Fighter, and it kind of took me by surprise. I hadn't ridden the bike for a little while, and I'd forgotten how quick it turns in, and you know how fast it is on the throttle, and how just awesome and agile it is when you're riding a Sportster for a little while, which is very slow and sedate and chilled and relaxed, and then you get on this, which is just red mist syndrome all the way. It did take me a bit by surprise, and the roads were really greasy. However, I've expected it today, so I've come out, I'm ready for whatever it's going to throw at me. The roads are dry, I can avoid big divots in the road like that, and it actually feels really good. And what's really weird, and I'm sure I've said this on every video where I've taken the VTR out, I mean, this is a 25-year-old bike, but yet everything feels new. The gear changes like butter. It started, it's so smooth, the power delivery is just amazing and controllable and does everything that you want it to do, and it just amazes me really with the quality of these bikes. However, big however, I think I've come to the decision, and it has been a hard one, where I think this summer I may need to let this go. Not because I don't love it, I love it more than anything, but I don't want it to become an ornament in my garage. It deserves to be ridden, it deserves to be ridden properly by someone who can, you know, take it to places that it deserves to go. And I'm just in the, not just the age of it, or, you know, the physical ability of riding a bike like this, but also the mindset. I've slowed down a lot. I don't want to be out racing my license is too valuable to me now. Now that I commute a good distance every day to get to work, if I lose my license, I lose my job basically, and I can't risk that because, you know, there's more things that are important than, I was going to say than riding bikes, but surely not. There isn't anything more important than riding bikes, but you get what I mean. So I think in the summer I might let this one go. I don't know what I'm going to do then. I've always had a hankering for a Himalayan, to be honest with you. Or you've got the really nice classics that are coming out now with Royal Enfield. But I think it will be something on the bargain side of the bike market. You know, might like something a bit newer. I've got a couple of older bikes. But maybe I want something that's a little bit more, I don't know, maybe still got a bit of warranty on it, still got a bit of newness about it, that new bike smell, you know, when you smell the seats and smell the plastic and lick the mirrors. I mean, we all do that, I'm sure we all do that, it's not just me. But yeah, I'm sure you know what I mean. But yeah, I think the VTR needs someone that can give it a load of loving, and that, I think, currently in the riding stakes is not going to be me. I want to love it by polishing it and cleaning it, taken out on the occasional journey, but really it needs to be toured and run and ridden, and, you know, I mean, this thing will go on a track and hold its own quite comfortably if somebody wants to do that. It's certainly not for me. I think, as I mentioned earlier, I need help getting into my leather jacket today, so to be squeezing around a bike and leaning off and doing all the good things that track guys do, I'm afraid I am past all of that by a long distance. In fact, you can't even see that level of me, it's so far away. It's a shame when you come off on, when you come onto roads like this and they're so busy. You know, everyone's entitled to use them, but ideally you want to just open your bike up on roads like this, just, you know, up to the speed limit obviously, but you can't because people are out, it's sunny, everybody wants to get out, and you cannot blame them. They've had such a crap winter weather-wise, temperature-wise, that we all need to get out, as we've said in the past. But I'm not having a negative one today. Let's do this. Oh, these twisties are just glorious. Even better if you're in the right gear, of course. But the good news is the gear change on this is like a brand new bike. I'll change down again. See, this is what happens when you get used to riding slow Harley Davidson cruisers, is that you just don't bother changing gear. You just leave it in the gear that it's in and just see what happens.